Hi, I'm tired.
Where's
That's
your
our
light?
intro.
Yeah, I was gonna say, bro. Like,
I
Oh,
just realized.
damn. See, this is why we got those intros. What's up, good people? This is your boy Beast Game Akuma with the awesome peeps. Goldfish, Obi, Debo is on the bottom of the screen, and we have some things to talk about, some inquiries, some games, because we had EA Play that happened. Just tossing up in there, and I'm trying not to smack my own face. But other than that, good people, welcome, and everybody have good vibes. How of all y'all doing today?
Oh, doing alright. Started with a headache, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it now.
I feel the mellowness of this room right now. It's like two of us sound like we're high, but we're not. One of us,
and
might
it's
be
not
high,
me.
and they don't know how. I was gonna give you a compliment that one of us might be high, but never show it.
I wonder who might that be.
I'm not saying nothing.
For all you guys know.
Alright, so first up we had EA Play, which was by Goldfish's favorite person. What was his name again? That was hosting it?
What's up, everybody? It's Greg Miller here.
Dude, that guy. I'm
She
telling
said
you.
it so badly, my wrist broke.
Thanks, Greg.
That guy.
Love you.
I mean, appreciate the enthusiasm, but you need to lay off the caffeine for a while. Anyway, so
This is
go for it.
non-caffeinated tea.
I'm talking about Craig. What was his name again? God damn. I'm
Oh,
tired.
it's Greg Miller. How can you
Greg
not? He
Miller.
screams it at you.
GM, Mr. GM. You need to relax.
General
on the caffeine.
Motors.
That's right, General Motors, General Mills, the cereal, whatever. You need to relax, bro. But anyway, we saw some interesting topics, like we had a new season of Apex Legends, and they showing off what's going on there. We got some crossplay information, and as Obi once said, he was happy to hear that a lot of games are... Why am I talking for you? You got your own mouth. Go ahead, brother.
You're introducing the topic. But
I
yeah,
know,
you're
but
right. I
go
am
for it.
very, very happy to be seeing more cross-play stuff happening. I mean, we're really at the point where there aren't a lot of differences between all the consoles. I mean, let's face it. The Xbox, the PS4, the this, the that. There's not a lot different in the software. That's it. And just in the software. So
Not
I
at
mean,
all.
if they can all connect to the same network or the same server, sorry, they should be able to play. I mean, I know there's more involved, but still.
Goldfish, your thoughts on the whole crossplay?
Honestly, I have no thoughts on it in particular. I think it's really cool that we can do that. That way, I don't know. There's clearly we've had many occasions where it's like, I would like to play with like my friends or vice versa, and we can't because, you know, the separation of consoles. So, yeah, I think it's great to have those sort of opportunities, and I think it'll shut people up about the whole console war thing. I mean, I think we've also discussed this in the past, though. Like, the only thing that was really an issue is, you know, PC players, but I think
Yes.
that's just always going to be a thing, you know?
Yeah, because once you know you go PC, you start cheating.
Okay, I couldn't say, you know, everyone is going to. They're going to take advantage of the tools that they have available.
I'm sorry, did I poke some feelings by saying that? I'm sorry.
Hockey!
But it's actually pretty cool because I'm starting to feel that Nintendo has been a big influence with this crossplay feature, because it seems like every time a game goes to Nintendo, they just announce crossplay. I mean, not every game. So far, Call of Duty Warzone is not on the Switch, but that has crossplay. We got Fortnite, we got Rocket League that has crossplay. Now we're just hoping. Well, some of us are definitely hoping that this reaches to like fighting games, because now racing games like Need for Speed Heat just got crossplay. Then Destiny 2 next year is going to have crossplay as well. So now we're just waiting for the fighting games to get more crossplay, because Street Fighter V technically has broken that by having PC talk to PS4. But that's about it, because Street Fighter V is not out on Xbox. But we'll get to that in a moment. But the next game that was up was Sims 4. Honestly,
Trap better get Sims 4.
Oh god. I thought he already had
I'd be all over it.
I thought he had it. Or was this?
Oh wait, sorry. No, I meant like, was that an update or something that they're doing?
Yeah, because since EA now made a deal with Valve, so a lot of the EA games are coming to Steam. So EA Access is available on Steam right now. So that's what they was announcing as well. But I liked how their commercial or their promotion talked about how different gamers being diverse, and they go into the Sims to create their world where everybody is welcoming to one another. It was a very wholesome promotion. You saw all the people, different types, different skin, different people with different disabilities and all that stuff, and they play the Sims. And then they showed them turn into their Sims, and I was like, that's pretty cool. I mean, I may knock the Sims, but I'm not gonna knock it just because, people play it. No. It's not my personal style, but I like what it does for people that live their type of fantasy world, to play house, have a family, and all that stuff. You can have pets now, and it's an interesting world. So I'm not gonna
mermaids.
Yes, you can be a mermaid. So it's like, hey, right there, you could be Fathom in Sims 4. There you go. Live out your dream. So I'm not gonna knock it. So it's a nice little update to come into Steam. So I appreciate that what they did and talked about. So anybody else got thoughts on games that they enjoyed from the EA play that they like to see?
Well, I mean, I definitely got words. I mean,
you want to get that out the way, like we do good cop, bad cop?
I mean, let's start with sports games. The section of every conversation where people just start walking away and taking a piss.
Yeah, us type of gamers are like, oh, I can take a break now.
Yeah, well, I mean, me personally, like I told you guys, I am a fan of Madden, but my problem is with like a lot of the sports games right now is that I get that they're bringing in story modes and stuff, and I get that. I do understand that, even though last time we spoke about it, I was a little heated about it. Mm-hmm. But my issue is, if we're gonna have a story mode, let's keep it about the lifestyle of the athlete in the sport, as in like everything that involves the sport, instead of like, well, I'm gonna go outside and fly a kite, or I'm gonna go make some music, or whatever else they're writing about. Even in the WWE games, they started doing all these crazy things in their story plot. It's like why are they doing this?
Okay,
Yeah,
so I'm gonna pause you there for a second, because like I thought about that for a while.
Yeah.
And like A Way Out, for example, right? You think it's going to be purely and like kind of like a tag team puzzle game, but realistically, the best parts of the game were doing all the little things, like playing the banjo or playing dart, lifting weights and trying to like, I don't know, like I get that you're trying to play like sports games, but
I get what Obi's saying though. It's like with A Way Out, it was a life experience. They escaped prison, so you start doing prison activities in there, like you doing lifting weights, doing shadow boxing, and then when they escaped, they invaded somebody's house, so they started playing around with stuff. It's interactive things that people had fun with, but I get what he's saying. When you're playing a sports game, you're just trying to do stuff to build up your character's stats and play the game, not do the extra stuff like going out getting sneaker endorsements and going to make a music album, something like that, where I guess that's the lifestyle of real sports players, and I guess they wanted to bring that to people that actually dream about that lifestyle, because I think my cousin was talking about that. So I mean, it's a double-edged sword. In his case, he just wants to build a player, not really live the outside life.
Build up his stats. I'm cool with it, but
well, then
after that, it's like, what am I doing with trying to get a record deal or an endorsement or this and that? Like, no.
Well, I mean, that's part of that.
This is an
lifestyle of a
Noir.
sports fight too. That's like,
I don't need to play GTA on a football game or baseball.
Well, I mean,
This is where I like sports games where they are right now. Like MLB The Show, greatest baseball game ever,
technically, the only
ever. just they always just do it right for some reason, and all they focus on is the gameplay and what you're going to be doing and bringing up your stats and all that. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, I get that. I don't know. But it's like,
So-
there's the other side of the players. But go ahead. Sorry, Go Fish, go ahead.
No, you're good. So then, like, what would you? Because I don't play sports games like ever, you know. So what would you think that you would like to see in sports games aside from, you know, the standard
Instead of playing the
multiplayer or
actual
like?
sport. Well, it would be pretty cool, like if they actually have like a training camp. That would be pretty cool. Like, actually, not just bringing up the stats of your player, but you becoming a better player. And then I'm talking about like practice mode or anything. I'm talking about like actual camp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
Like it shows you like different techniques to like utilize within
Right.
the game, sort of thing.
Yeah,
or
it's
even
like
if you
the
have
stuff
like
that
your
you
own
Okay.
group of people that
Yeah.
you build a team with. Like let's say we all decided to play Madden, right? And we decided to like make an actual team of people. Like back in the day, in the old PlayStation game consoles, you can actually have multiple players in one console and play as the team, which
Yeah.
was dope. We
Well,
used to do that all the time.
I think what you're talking about is like what UFC did a lot, where you create your character and then after each fight, you go into the gym, you do the shadow boxing, you do the heavy bag, you do the speed bag, and you have a certain amount of time. And you got to build up your stats doing that. So
Yeah, I
you
mean, I
put
can see
your
that, yeah.
attributes and everything. Yeah, I get that. I get what he's saying. He don't want the player's lifestyle like some people enjoy because
I
they want to
care less about the outside life of players.
You
and
Focus
yeah.
more on like the
Focus on the sport.
on the
Yeah,
Yeah.
they should give you that option because
Yeah,
I
that'd
think
be
really,
nice.
they really trying to be heavy on that whole struggles of a athlete and how he became a hero, getting that final goal. It's that Rudy.
I
They
can
want you to live the
understand it.
Rudy life, man. Could you imagine Rudy the game?
I mean, I can definitely
I feel like I know
understand
what you're talking about.
part of it. You know, I get it, and
Alright.
some people will play it, and that's great.
It starred one of the hobbits on Go Fish. It's about the shortest football player in Notre Dame. It's
Oh,
Rudy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And he finally got
yeah,
to
I
play.
think- I think it's really good insight though, Obi. You know,
Yeah,
a lot
it
of
is.
people are always talking about like, you know, how like I remember working at GameStop when I would see a sports game and I'm like, well, what's so different than the previous years? Like how can you make it any more different, you know, aside from like better graphics, right? But yeah, I'm surprised that they haven't done something like that before.
Yeah. But to segue a bit, we're gonna go into EA Originals with the go-to guy that actually that whole segment was hilarious though because I didn't think he was gonna bring it up when he did at the Game Awards, and they did. And he wholeheartedly apologized. Well, it was a quick apology, but he just said, "Yo, I'm excited and everything like that." And I get that. That was like his first big game that came out, and he succeeded.
Shameless expression,
I
yes.
know, right? Shameless drunk expressions. I mean, he gave the middle finger to the camera, but hey, he apologized.
Yeah, that guy was awesome.
He was inebriated. Oh my god! But yo, you came out with a great game, and that's the only reason why you still got a career, though. So, well, that's not the only reason because you actually did a good movie too, which I didn't know. So I gotta watch
Well,
this movie.
I
too.
think it's the other way. I think he made good content so he can talk shit like that. You know?
I mean, he didn't go as far as some people that talk shit that kind of cancels themselves. He was just very excited. He did a gesture, and that was about it. And he apologized for it. But his new game, It Takes Two, looks kind of interesting. It's those quirky,
Yes!
innovative games that it actually.
I was trying to
and
figure out
plus it's
the title for that.
Yeah, It Takes Two, and I like his style where he did that couch co-op and online co-op because A Way Out was brilliant. That was a brilliant game, and I don't see how they're gonna make a sequel out of that. If I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but it was also cool that if you didn't have the game, you could still play with somebody. You could just download a portion of the game to do the co-op with somebody, and that's pretty dope as well. That's how you get people to get into your game. Same thing with Streets of Rage 4. But yeah, with this one, It Takes Two, I want to see where that goes. That looks. I like those. Huh? What happened?
It takes two to make a thing go right.
It takes two to make it out of sight. Hey, keep it PG.
I was trying to get. I was just trying to be the music.
She was getting into it.
I know. It's a good song, but yeah, I like those play on words as well, because just like how we did it, it gave us memories to an old song. So good job on the play on words. Anybody else got something they want to talk about?
The random game.
Oh yeah. Oh.
What was that?
The
one
Tim
called?
Burton.
Yeah.
Lost in Random.
Yeah, you
Lost
go.
in Random.
It was random in there, so we wasn't totally wrong. Lost in Random. Yes, very Tim Burton-esque. But honestly, since you had the biggest passion about it, Tony, take it away.
Well, Lost in Random, it's clearly about a young girl and a dice. And it's in this claymation-looking Tim Burton-style game.
Yeah, Tom Burton was
with puzzles. Yeah, Tom Burton and Tim Burton.
Yeah, Tom was his cousin.
And then there's just regular Burton who likes to play with snowboards. But anyways, yeah, it looks really amazing. With my Puzzle Fridays, I'm all about puzzle games. I'm kind of curious to see if that is also a 2-player game, but based on what we were seeing, they were saying that it's the little dice that follows you around, like your little pet.
Yeah, it's
supposed to be like a tool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That will be really cool. I don't know. I've always been fascinated by gothy oriented games.
Yes. Because
Little Nightmares and things like that.
Oh, Little Nightmares. Little Nightmares was a trippy story. But yeah, Lost in Random definitely give me some good vibes with the claymation style, like you said, because it reminds me of this old claymation game back on the PS1. I think it was called Skull Monkeys or something like that, and it was also claymation, and it was funny. I don't see that art style that much in video games, and I love when I see it happen, because with the graphics nowadays, it can actually be interactive claymation, and it looks dope. So see where that goes, and that's on my radar as well. But
yeah, I would say probably the last game I saw that I could think of that had that sort of style was probably We Happy Few. But I feel like that was more so.
Yeah, I didn't feel like claymation.
That was more so it was more BioShock than it was Tim Burton.
The only other claymation game I could think of is Clay Fighters. That was an old
never heard of that.
It was weird. It was eccentric. It came out for the Super Nintendo only. It was exclusive for Super Nintendo. But yeah, Clay Fighters is pretty dope. And I would say look it up one day. It's actually pretty funny because the mascot was this evil-looking snowman. It was creepy. Used to give me nightmares.
Clay Fighters was fun.
Yeah, Clay Fighters was weird and fun. It's like Boogerman back in the day. But so let's go into Obi's favorite subject, Star Wars.
Oh my god!
Obi, you know what, I'm gonna give you a middle finger, right? I'm gonna turn it into a lightsaber. It's gonna
that would be a funny one. So I'm gonna get this out of the way really quick.
Go for it.
Star Wars is just a Western. Let's be honest. It's a cowboy show and movie
samurai.
And with everything.
Samurai.
It's just samurai. Big whoop. It's just cowboys, really.
Samurai
with lightsabers. Just because there's lightsabers, they're gonna call.
No.
I get it. Yeah, I get it.
No.
Let me finish my part.
No.
No.
'Cause
You asked
did
me
this
to come into this
You did this
subject,
to me.
so I'm coming into this.
You did this
subject.
to me on your sports subject. It's
Yeah,
actually
and
really
you know
based
what?
off of
And
Seven
you
Samurai.
invited me, and you
It's-
invited me to. I know it's about Seven Samurai,
Yeah.
but you
I mean, it's
asked me to
Empire.
talk about this.
Empire.
No, I didn't say Empire.
No, go for it. I'll just fuck with you. Go for it. I don't care.
Anyways, it's the same shit every time to me, and on top of that, the fan base in large, not all of them, of course, but in large, is so toxic. Like after a while, I just got tired of it. But with that said, this game looks fantastic. I would definitely play it, and I might even try the VR version of it. And just to let everyone know, Rogue One is the best one they ever made. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
I'm not sure. I don't know. Okay. Alright, you know. He is the force and the
You
force
asked
is
me to
with
talk.
him.
You asked me to talk about it, and I
with
did.
him.
You can do a countdown on that one. Did you see both of our faces?
Yeah, I was
No,
like,
I'm not even looking at the screen right now.
Yeah, Star Wars Squadron looks pretty interesting because you get to play as either the Rebels or the Empire, which I felt you said that you didn't like that idea because of story mode.
I don't like their approach. Their approach is that you start off with either one in level 1, right? Like in your first episode or whatever.
Yeah.
Then the next one, you switch over to the other side. And the next one, and the next one, and the next one.
Yeah.
I'd rather just play either the dark side or the light side first.
Well, I
And
know
then
that's
switch it up
what
after I'm done with that story. Instead of like, I'm going after you, dark people in the dark side, versus I'm gonna go after you, light people in the light side. No.
That's light racist.
Okay, it's Dark and Rebellion. Okay, let's
It's
clear
not even
this up
dark.
real quick.
It's
I know.
Empire and Rebellion.
Even
Come on.
she said it.
She said dark. Yeah, I was just
Even
like,
she said it. Okay, so
dark and
Whatever.
She said dark and
no, but
Rebellion.
well, that's the thing, though. And that's always been their thing: the dark side and the good side, and iPhone versus Android. Android's a dark side, and it's the good side. But yeah,
I don't know about that one. I would say the Apple side is the dark side.
no, they're
the
evil.
reason. No,
They're evil.
Listen. Look. This is the reason why I will say this. Because the simple fact is that since Apple will charge you for every Tom, Dick, and Harry thing and won't let you mess with the iOS or anything like that, versus Android, which is more rebels, because you can do whatever the hell you want with your phone. You could hack it, you could turn it all around, you could flip it up and
I
whatever.
will agree with Kuma on that one. I mean, think about it, right?
The
The
rebels give
Empire
you freedom.
looked
To be
really
evil.
nice. It looked really nice
Yeah.
at first.
You gotta understand.
Then it wasn't.
Look at my Android phone. This is crap.
That's some Darth
It's
Sidious
dingy.
shit.
It's been through some mess, and that's Rebels. See, this is Rebels. While everybody's on the iPhone, everything is white and nice.
Bum, 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 bum,
Exactly,
bum,
so-
bum, bum, bum.
Everything's all clean. And,
And got them both.
okay.
But
Oh, he's
But-
a gray.
evil,
Gray.
evil versus pretty awesome. I'm wearing black all the time with a red coloring. Awesome.
Gotcha.
Versus evil people.
So, all right. So, Goldfish, you saw the gameplay. What did you? Actually, you are a VR. What's the word I'm looking for? Connoisseur. So,
I
what did you
am.
feel?
I really
Yeah.
am.
Miss
Uh,
Beat Saber over here using the red and dark. side.
That's right. Well, currently my sabers are. Oh yeah, I guess they're red and blue, but I could have sworn I changed the colors. But anyways,
You having a menage a
I-
trois with dark and light? Scandalous.
I love both sides. I love all.
You
Okay.
harlot.
Anyways, so one, I love the dog fight
Yes.
concept of it. Right? We've
Yes.
constantly seen of like the shooter side to it.
Yes.
As someone who loves getting vertigo from video games, I love that. Like,
you love getting vertigo?
dude, I love Gravity Rush. I love Portal. Like, I love Ace Combat.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like, I love the idea of feeling in the air. On top of that, when you implement VR, there's so much, like, it makes such a big difference when you're holding your controller and turning your head. Yeah. That way your hands can focus on one thing while, like, you're looking at something else, because I don't know what it is, but it takes, like, that little mental amount of energy to, like, turn using joysticks can make a big difference, you know?
So you like,
especially when you're doing, like, online stuff. If, like, my curiosity is, like, is it always going to be, like, people versus people, or is there going to be some sort of objective, you know? Kind of like how they, like, in Call of Duty, it's not just shooting people. It's, you know, there's different modes, you know, that you can, when you can play. I also am curious about, like Obi was saying, was like the dark side. Well, okay, Empire, since we're getting all fucking PC about it. Yeah, I'm kind of curious about, like, the switching of sides. Like, in one game, that is really weird. And then my last concern, too, is what are we paying for? Because we're clearly going to have to pay for the game. And a lot of things nowadays are going to be digital. Mm-hmm. I would hate to pay more for a game. Like, I'd hate to pay more for a game than I would originally if it wasn't digital. Am I saying that right?
No,
I don't know. I feel like
I think you're saying
like,
right.
if I'm paying more than $60 than I would at the store, like, with, like, DLC and shiz, and it's like, I'm gonna be pretty upset, you know?
No, I agree, because I saw trinkets and stuff in there, so I want to know if there's gonna be some weird microtransactions for those little things, because people go gaga for those little weird things that you can add to your cockpit and stuff like that. So,
yeah, there's a lot of customizations, which I think is freaking beautiful.
It is.
Right? I mean, we had the same conversation too with Star Citizen.
Oh, don't even get me started. I'm so glad they gave me back my money. Yeah, I got my money back for that game, because I was just like, it's broken. But to go back to what you're saying about the story mode for Star Wars Squadrons, if I'm assuming what they're doing, and I'm probably going to be right, they're doing what Transformers did for War for Cybertron, where you could go through the storyline. They switch you off between Decepticons and Autobots, and at the end, you have to decide on which ending you want. You either pick the Autobot side or the Decepticon side to end the game. So they might do something like that with this game, I feel. So that means that you can go back and just get both endings or something like that, unless they want to do some weird stuff with your trophy, saying that, oh, now you gotta play the whole game over again and do more of the dark side choices or whatever. But who knows? Star Wars Squadron looks pretty impressive. It makes me want to get a VR. But I feel like I'm not going to get a VR now. I'm going to wait to see what new VR that's going to happen for the PS5 if they make a new VR. Moving on, Rocket Arena. Yeah. In the words of my favorite people in Living Color, hated it.
I wouldn't necessarily say I hated it. Like, I appreciate games like that. I understand that there is a lot to it. They tend to be pretty balanced with all the characters, and, like, each character has their own sort of role and stuff. I just can't get behind the style, really. Like,
it looks pretty.
It's cute, and it makes for great cosplay, right? But I personally won't be interested in stuff like that. But, like, we kind of had this conversation earlier when we were initially watching this about, like, how I've noticed that EA is really pumping out a lot of these sort of, like, MMO shooter sort of thing. Like, that seems to be their focus. Yeah, like, there's definitely has been, like, a sudden increase, and, like, it just kind of makes me wonder, like, honestly, a lot of this, I don't really have, like, an opinions. Like, there's some things I do like and don't like, but I think it's just making me kind of ponder more so about, like, gaming for the future. Like, with really emphasizing more on digital content, you know?
Yeah. No, I agree. Because I'm starting to see a lot more MOBAs popping out there. Even Bleeding Edge on the Microsoft front, they came out with their own MOBA. It's pretty fun. It's interactive. It's more melee based, but yeah, it seems like whatever can be a cash grab. Because I'm starting to see a rise in mobile games that becoming more into console games. And it's just weird to me. Like Dauntless, for example. That's another style that is going to go to mobile soon. But it's like it came to console first and has that mobile style to it. Where, you know, you pay more for the vanities and stuff like that. Instead of unlocking stuff naturally in the game. But other than that.
So, like, I guess, like, for me, it's like, what is the value? Well, one was the value of the console with the games. You know what I mean? Like, down the road, am I going, like, when I have, like, my PS5 and it's an all-digital console and we move on to the next system, will I still be able to plug it in and play games that I've played in the past? Probably
But
not,
what you're gonna have
you know?
to do
Like,
is, with the PS6, you're probably going to have to implement a device into the back of your neck.
or into your eyeball, like just inject into your eyeball.
Yeah, you're gonna get contacts and just put them in, and there you go. Anybody remember that old PS commercial when they introduced the PS3 and they used to talk about the PS9 and he took this bubble and he just popped it and just. I was like, oh my god, that would be up to PS5 already, and I'm like, I don't want to inject nothing into my body to play video games, please.
I don't know. I think it'd be freaking sick.
I, for one, am waiting for the day that we're all just gonna live like they do in Ghost in the Shell. Just saying.
Well, at least I'll get a better surrogate body, I'll tell you that right now. Put my body in an android, but most likely that's gonna have to be military situation first before coming mainstream. But
I don't know. I just want to be able to like climb things and jump off of buildings without harming my limbs, but
yeah, naked like Major does, because apparently you gotta do everything naked to be cool.
Remember, you ain't cool until you pee your pants.
Oh, Billy Madison joke. But anyway, so I guess the final thing for EA Play, I guess we could talk about, is the big anticipation that everybody had, and that is Skate 4. Which they didn't really show nothing. They just said the name and had a skateboard behind them, and just everybody just went, "Oh my god, give me a towel! Oh, it's Skate! They announced it. I just said the name." Oh.
It made me go. 'Cause we all remember what they did with Skate 3, and I hope they don't do that again.
God. I'm just laughing because this whole thing felt like what my uncle did at a speech once, and I love it to this day because he went up to the stage and just tapped the mic and just went, "Thank you," and just walked off the stage. So that's pretty much what they did. They just went up to the stage and just went,
Nicely done.
Skate 4. Oh! 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 That's all they said. They just walked off like, yes, yes, yes. Skating. Oh, shut up, please.
Well, to be fair, I haven't seen a good skating game, like sports games, though, like skating and like BMX and things like that. Like, I love those games, but I haven't seen a good one in a long time. I mean, maybe a few of them on Steam. You know, there was like this mountain biking one that I really enjoy, but that was pretty much it.
Like in the late 90s and early 2000s, we had a lot of things like Dave Mirra.
Yeah, dude, we had Dave Mirra, friggin'
Shaun White,
the X Games.
Yeah, X Games, 2D Extreme,
SSX, like
we had a lot.
Tony Hawk, like we had so much to choose from.
Yeah, Extreme Sports was
it was the shit. Like that's when like Tony Hawk and Shaun White could make money off of their career. Like I don't know, it's like honestly, it was a part of pop culture. You know?
Technically, it still didn't go away because Ubisoft came out with that game Steep. So that's still. Don't look at me like that. It's actually a pretty good game. Don't look at me like that. It was actually pretty cool, and I actually enjoyed myself.
I haven't had a chance to play it.
Well, they gave it away for free for PlayStation
Plus.
And I played it a few times, especially, I think my favorite thing about the Steep genre is the replay features that they give you after you do a run because it's sponsored by GoPro. So you can change the camera And the guy that's on the board, when you do tricks and everything, he actually looks at the camera and everything like that. So you can get the best editing shots in this game, and it's pretty much a dream come true for an editor like me. So I get those best action shots and go slow motion and everything. I love when a game gives you that option, and it's freaking awesome. And also, they also added the whole you can turn the copyrighted music off and just use uncopyrighted music. So that was actually pretty cool. But pretty much, I think that's it for EA Play. It was decent, not really a wow factor, but pretty good, I guess. You get an A for effort, maybe. I don't know.
That's it.
That's
That's all you get.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm pretty curious about Skate.